Hello there, my name's Davis and welcome back to the Real Valladolid Career Mode Challenge Series, episode 38, I think I want to say. And we started this episode off with a little montage of clips, couple of games played beforehand without recording full gameplay, two simulations and two actual games played, including the round of 16 tie against Roma, which we ended up actually winning 6-2 on aggregate in the end. Very, very nice scoreline to come out of them two games with, as well as two very confident wins, 4-1 and 4-0 on the simulation against a decent Bilbao side, and obviously Legan is usually down towards the bottom of the league, so to be expected. The only hiccup being we have lost Theo Hernandez. I can't remember if that was actually in those four simulated games, but Theo Hernandez does miss out for the rest of the season, unfortunately, with Appa filling in. But now we have a more or less season-defining run of games. The next six or seven games, I believe. Starting with this, Real Madrid at home, followed by Barcelona away. Two very, very difficult teams to come up against. Followed by a quarter-final against Ajax, a home tie against Getafe, who are in the top 10, I think they're 8th, and with a slim chance of making Europa League spot, so they'll be pushing for that. Followed by the return leg of the Ajax tie, and finishing off with a away trip to Villarreal. So we play four teams in the top 8, and a top class team in Ajax in the Europa League in the matter of 3 weeks. So a very congested schedule. But if we manage to successfully maneuver through that, we do have a relatively straightforward run-in end of the season. Granada, Osasuna, Espanyol, Levante, and two tricky ties at the end of the season against Sevilla and Sociedad will see us off. And I guess the only upside to things currently is we are still top of the table, and we've even pushed the gap between us and Atletico Madrid to 4 points. So we are still unbeaten. 26 wins, 2 draws, 0 losses. Atletico Madrid have lost another along the way somewhere. So that is fantastic news for us, because it does mean that if we do end up dropping points against any of the big two in Barcelona or Real Madrid, then it won't be the end of the world. Obviously, I'd prefer to be beating them, and we're still on for an invincible season, which would be incredible. But I can imagine there's potentially a couple of hiccups, which are hopefully not too costly. But other than that, no other injuries of note, no other business to be told of. Orellana wants to go out on loan, despite him playing almost every other game. He's not happy with his game time, so we'll see how that goes. I've put him back into the starting 11 more frequently, just so he gets a little bit more happy, because currently content. He was unhappy, so it's starting to work a little bit. He's actually grown to 84 now, slowly outgrowing Almada, but still a top quality player I want to keep in the side. And the team is looking very, very good. So let's get into the Real Madrid match. Renier is our main man again this season. He's I think he's 4 or 5 goals clear at the top of the goal scorers list in the league anyway, and he's certainly banged in some goals along in the Europa League as well. So it's nice to see him back bang in form for us when we need it most, more or less. Jonathan David, still class as always, and I'm hoping those two can continue our charge to a league title this game. Real Madrid defending similarly out to how it felt trying to play against Atletico Madrid for the first couple of seasons. Every time you get near the ball with the forward, the defenders are straight on you, and it's just hard to find a decent opportunity to get a ball into them. This might be a little bit of a smash and grab, despite it being at home. Good tackle. Kevin De Bruyne added to the Real Madrid side. Quite the sign-in. But we've managed to break. This is exactly what we were looking for. There it is, boys. Come on. Completely against the runner play. And that is the threat we carry. Proper counter-attacking football. Been under the cosh for the first half hour. Or a single breakaway like that. Get one-on-one. Jonathan David does not miss from the 16th goal of the season. And we are 1-0 up. You can see in the top left-hand corner there our possession. For the game so far, they had 64%. And we still managed to break away and get a goal. I know we have slightly better players than the Leicester team that won the league, but our way of playing has been very, very similar throughout most of the career mode. Got incredible amounts of pace up top, and very solid defensively for the most part. And thankfully that is leading us to a title charge this season. Let's just hope it can continue. Appa incredibly fast, able to get back and catch up to Rodrigo right on the edge of half time. And perhaps one chance before the end of half time. Orellana is able to outpace Odriozola, and Neres coming back stick. That's a great ball across. That's unbelievable. That is absolutely magisterial football from Orellana on our wing. That's why I don't want him to leave. The ball across is absolutely sublime. Across the floor, right into the feet of David Neres. Been off the boil a little bit. Neres hasn't missed a couple of sitters in the last few episodes. But he's not missing that one. And right on the stroke of half time, we take a 2-0 lead. What a way to end the half. What a goal that is. That is an absolute worldie. Let's have a look at the other games. Atletico Madrid 2-0 up against Sociedad at half time. I can't see that changing anytime soon, and barring a minor miracle. But we just focus on ourselves for now. We got a 2-0 victory, 2-0 lead ourselves, and hopefully we can hold on to it. We're through again. We're in behind again. Orellana this time played across to him. And it's 3, come on! Oh, we're running riot against Real Madrid once again. We got robbed, absolutely robbed at the Bernabeu at the start of the season. And we are getting our vengeance here. Nice little ball, once across once again, just piling forward. The amount of pace we go up top, it is frightening. And even Odriozola was pretty nippy, is struggling to keep up with Orellana on this left attacking mid slot. Kimmich takes us forward, lovely bit of football. David Neres found in behind. Jonathan David's across, but oh, that was almost sexy football from Valladolid as they make the change. German for German and Royce for Timo Werner. And Christian Eriksen makes way for Nabil Fekir. Despite having a very, very good side, Real Madrid's midfield is so unbalanced in terms of the personnel in there. They had Eriksen, De Bruyne, Royce playing as like sort of a central forward. So we bang that with Renier, who misses. And the only real defensive-minded player in that midfield is an aging Casemiro, who, quite frankly, hasn't got the legs to keep up with the likes of our midfield and contain our attacks just through the sheer pace that we do have. And that more or less reflects in the scoreline. The only thing we're missing is a customary Renier goal, really. He's had a bit of a quiet game. He's taken us forward a couple of times, but I guess we can definitely let him off if he doesn't score this one, considering the amount of goals he has scored in the league. Ah, come on. 5 minutes left to go. They really piled on the pressure, looking for a consolation goal more than anything, and they do find a bit of very scrappy defending. Just couldn't get the ball away. And Vinicius Jr. loses Max Aarons, gets in front of his man, and a little nod home. Unfortunately, takes the clean sheet away from us. But with 5 minutes left, I do have 3 substitutions to make, which I'll make very, very quickly. James Rodriguez can come on against his old side. David Neres can come off after getting his goal. And Kanku can make that swap. That's become a little favourite of mine. The exact reason we brought Zakaria in was able to play in those different positions. Madrid just going to play her out, pass around the back. And that is going to be that for the game. 92 minutes and a 3-1 resounding victory for us once again over Real Madrid. Although we didn't beat them earlier on the season, we do manage to beat them for probably I think all 4 seasons we've played of the career mode. So nice to be consistent there, and once again get one over on one of the big 3 in La Liga, and now we can move on to Barcelona. Back-to-back games against the current, in real life, top 2 of La Liga. Well, maybe not Barcelona, they're a bit of turmoil at the moment. But no doubt over the last few years, them, Real Madrid, and to an extent Atletico have been unmoved at top 3, and we have probably smashed through the old convention this season. And after a thrashing we give Barcelona last time out in the league, I think it was 6-2, hoping to do the same, but it's always a different story at the Camp Nou. And with Atletico playing, I think the day before us, cutting the gap at the top back to 1, we can afford a slip up, but I would very, very much prefer to at least not leave you without more than 1 point. A draw at the Nou Camp is solid, regardless of where you are in the table, and but 3 points would be even better. But Barcelona have started very strongly already here. First opening 10 minutes. You can feel the high press from them, coming in onto our onto our players very, very quickly. But hopefully we can do the same to them as what we done to Real Madrid. Barca playing some very, very nice football. You can almost feel a goal brewing. Backstick. Ousmane Dembele loves a goal against us. Scored on the last 3 occasions against us, as they register another shot on target to our none. But David Neres, almost got him in behind then, but Jonathan David couldn't get the ball quite under control. It's a great save from the keeper. That's a hell of a strike from that man Dembele, and fingertip save, tips it around the post. Barca really putting the pressure on now. Oh, Oriana's been sent back to Colombia, but nothing comes from it yet. Renier. That's a penalty, ref! It's got to be a penalty. That's inside the box. Our first chance, we get a breakaway. Red card as well for Langley. The world's #1 centre back has lost his head a little bit against us, and penalty is given. Jonathan David on the field. Didn't take our last one. You're for it now though. Top right hand corner every time. Keeper goes the wrong way. And we are 1-0 up, just like the Real Madrid match. We've dug our heels in, and we've somehow gone 1-0 up. We haven't even had a shot outside of the penalty yet. But it doesn't matter how they come, you take them. Chance again. Can we do it 2 games on a row? 45th minute. Go for the very cheeky chip, but Ter Stegen is wise to it. It should be probably hitting our laces across the keeper, but went for the chip. Can we get anything from the cross? Can't go edge of the box. Shut down very quickly, and they don't have time to counter attack. But a fantastic end to the first half once again. A goal late on, plus they get Langley sent off for what is a very reckless challenge. I mean, I don't know why he's diving in there. But, oh well, they've absolutely dominated us all over the park. And we have come away 1-0 at half time. Renier found the space. That's unbelievable. That's a finish and a half. That's what we wanted. He was looking for the goals. Didn't get one against Real Madrid. But he's got one today. Don't know who that is, the red boots on, but he just steps off him. So, Ousmane Dembele back defending. I think the computer might have put Ousmane Dembele in centre back. Not his ideal role, shall we say? But yeah, EA, please. Ousmane Dembele, centre back, has let Renier just run away from him basically, and chance a couple of changes. Almada on, Bratberg on for Renier, keep some of that stamina. And Kubo, James Rodriguez for David Neres. There's our 3 subs, nice and early after making them quite late against Real Madrid. That's a great ball though. Cucurella down this left hand side. Stopped in his tracks by Zakaria, gives her away, edge of the box. And Upamecano gives away a penalty, no. I thought the ball was there to be won, to be honest, but obviously goes in late, cleans out Bora, and Lionel Messi steps up and roof of the net. Keeper doesn't save it, goes the wrong way, and they're back in the game. 20 minutes to go. Lionel Messi makes no doubt from the spot. Bratberg has one final chance, one swing at there, but it doesn't matter because we have taken down the big 2 to continue our fine run. That game was a lot closer than I'd like to admit. They had so many chances early on. That fantastic save there from Bustos kept us in it. A couple of other saves early on, and then the game kind of flipped on its head for the next 40-45 minutes after Longley got sent off. Made a last minute push, Barcelona, but It wasn't enough in the end, and we come away from the Camp Nou with the 3 points and keep the gap against Atletico Madrid to 4 points. Quarter-final tie against Ajax. First leg is away from home, and I think we made it to this point of the Europa League last season, eventually falling to Tottenham Hotspur. Hoping to go two or three further this season. I'm unsure what kind of team Ajax currently have, what players they have. I think I don't think Ziyech is still there. I think maybe what's the winger called? Quincy Promes is still there. Last time I checked, so I imagine they have a decent side. They has to be decent to get to the quarterfinals of the Europa League, and there are some decent teams left in there. AS Monaco, Spurs, who knocked us out last time, Schalke and Sporting, and Arsenal and Spartak Moscow, but all left in the competition. So some top teams that we potentially come up against. They are the ones who are left in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. The only surprise in there really is Leverkusen. They must have a semi-decent team, but they are currently 2-0 down on aggregate to Liverpool, so they need a big turnaround there. But probably just be the highlights for this game and the Getafe game, and then we'll have the full gameplay highlights from the final Ajax game, assuming all goes well. Hopefully we'll be going through, and won't be relying on the last game to turn it around or anything. But I'll see you for the home match against Ajax. And that is where we will end it for this episode. I think we go one better than last season, and we do manage to overcome Ajax in the quarterfinal round. A 3-0 win in game, and then a 2-0 win on the simulation was more than enough for us to overcome them. 3-0 in the first leg really sealed it for me. They were a lot easier to play against than I expected, considering it was a quarterfinal. I thought maybe the AI would up their game a little bit, but they just kind of rolled over, especially scoring so early on. 2 goals within the first, one in the first kick of the game, and one 20 minutes in, and then it was plain sailing from there. Followed by a 2-1 win at Getafe, at home to Getafe. It continues our form in the league, but a congested fixture list continues. 2 days later, following this Ajax game, we do have a trip to Villarreal, which will be a tricky test, I imagine. I think they're around 5th or 6th, so a decent team there, but chances to slip up, potential banana skins through Granada, Osasuna, Espanyol in between, and we did actually get drawn against Arsenal in the semi-finals of the Europa League. So a nice easy tie there. We should be progressing through them pretty easily, and have a nice route to the final. But that will be in the coming episodes, and that is that. If you've enjoyed the video, leave a like on it, leave a comment saying what I've done right. If you haven't, if it's the opposite, leave a dislike. Let me know that I've done something wrong in the comments, or if you didn't like anything that I've done. If you want to stay up to date with the rest of the series or anything else I put on the channel with FIFA 21 and fast approaching, you can always subscribe. That helps me out massively. It shows people that are interested in the videos, and that is that. I've been Davis. Thank you very much for watching, and good night.